ערב שבת קודש, פרשת שופטים, תשפ"ד. The שיעורים for ספר דברים was sponsored by Shlomo and Fatima Sesen, great people. הקדוש ברוך הוא will bless them with ברכה בהצלחה. They should have נחת from all their children. This week's parasha was donated by Isaac Dweck, Moshe Dweck, and Yoshua Kertz, 3 pillars in the yeshiva. And Baruch Hashem continues learning and growing in Torah. And they did it lekavod me and lekavod my grandchildren that they are now in the army. One of them was already released, but the others are still in the army. And let's hope that they will come, B'ezrat Hashem, safe, together with all the soldiers of Am Yisrael. Kadosh Baruch Hu will bless all of you. B'bracha v'atzlacha, Kadosh Baruch Hu will fulfill all your wishes letovah. This week's parasha start with the pasuk Shoftim v'shotrim titen lecha b'chol she'arecha. The pasuk speaks that Am Yisrael, they have to establish judges and police, but the pasuk says it's talking to the nation, to Am Yisrael, to Bnei Yisrael. And the pasuk says, Titen lecha, to you privately. What is this private word? Titen lecha b'chol she'arecha. Explains Moshe Feinstein, and also we see such things in the Shla Kadosh, that here you have a hint to the Chodesh Elul, the Chodesh of the time of tshuva and slichot, comes to teach us that we are preparing ourselves to the judgment of Beit Din Shel Mala on Rosh Hashanah. So as a preparation to this, says the Torah, Shoftim v'shotrim titen lecha, that every person should become a judge of his own deeds that he did during the year. And if he will find something that has to be corrected, and he took upon himself to do it, usually who takes care to fulfill what the judge says? The police. So here the Torah said that you, every person, you should become the judge, and you should be the police, that you will take care that everything will come, that everything that you took upon yourself, you will fulfill. And this idea is based on the idea that it is written in the Midrash Rabbi in Sefer Devarim. That the Midrash Rabbi says there, במקום שיש דין למטה, אין דין למעלה. ובמקום שאין דין למטה, יש דין למעלה. Used to say, if you are being judged in this world, if you're judging yourself this world, you will not have to be judged in Beit Din Shel Mala. Beit Din Shel Mala will see that you already, or Chodesh Elul, you judged yourself and you fulfilled everything that you took upon yourself, accepting everything fine. So, B'ezrat Hashem, Kadosh Baruch Hu will sign you lechaim tovim. And this is like parallel to what's happened in the judgment in the world. That it's well known that if there is a country that all the world saying that they don't behave according to the world law, So there is a judge in Netherlands, in Hague, that they are judging the government or the country that doesn't fulfill the world law. But if the country has a law and they are judging soldiers or judging people that they don't behave according to the world law, so this government, this judgment in Hague, they don't interfere. You see, the same means from where they learned it from במקום שיש דין למטה, אין דין למעלה. Of course, they are not considered למעלה, they are considered only למטה. But in the continuation of the parasha, we have the parasha of Egla Erufah. What is Egla Erufah? The Torah speaks about a person that he was found dead between two cities. So the Zekenim, the elder people of the city, the Chachamim, the Shoftim, the judges, they are coming out and they are measured from the court to which city is close to the court. And the closest city, they have to bring an Egla Erufah, and they bring the Chachamim, all the Sanhedrin, coming there, and they are washing their hands, and they are saying, Ve'anu ve'amru, and they are saying, they shall speak up and say, our hands have not spilled this blood, and our eyes did not see. Asks Rashi there, has it entered a heart? Has it occurred to anybody to think that the elders of the court are spilled of this blood? Can it be? וכי עלתה הלב שזקני בית דין שופכי דמים הם? אלא, they are saying, we didn't see him leaving and sent him off without food and without escort. This is what they are saying. And the question is still comes up, what would have been if they would have escorted him and they would have given him food? So the murderer wouldn't have killed him. If he had some sandwiches, so the murderer wouldn't have killed him. Or if people of the city would have escorted him a little bit, how much you have to escort? 4 amot. So if they would have escorted him 4 amot, it would the case wouldn't have happened. He wouldn't have been murdered. He wouldn't have been killed. The murderer wouldn't have killed him. Explains the Saba Mikelem, and he says the following. The person, he wanted to leave the city. He was in the city and he left the city. Now, when the murderer jumped on him, usually a person is trying to protect himself. But when does the man has courage to protect himself and to use all his power to protect his life? When he feels that he is a somebody. But, says the Saba Mikelem, this person was in the city, but he saw that in the city is a zero, is nothing. Nobody escorted him, nobody gave him any food to take with him. So therefore, this person felt that he is a zero and he didn't have the courage to stand so strong to protect his life. And therefore, says Rashi, that if they would have given him would have escorted him and would have given him the food, not that the murderer wouldn't have jumped on him. And he would have had the courage and the power to protect himself, and he would have been saved. So this is a lesson to everyone, that to help every stranger that comes, to give him the feeling that we are with him, and this way he will feel that he is being ratsui by the people, and the Syrian community is, I don't have to say it to them, because they are famous in behaving in such a way to accept nice and to encourage, to escort, and to help also the person that he will feel that he is a real human being. The Pasuk says that the people of the city, they have to bring a calf, and they have to kill the calf from his neck. What is this calf? What does it help here, the calf? It's interesting, something that is written in the Targum Yonatan, that says something that I don't know if a lot of boys they know about it, but I wanted to tell you it. I will not read it in Aramaic, I will translate it. That the Targum says that when the Kohanim, when the Sanhedrin and the Kohanim, they are saying a kaper, have kapara to Am Yisrael on what happened, he says that immediately from the belly button of the calf comes out a whole bunch of worms, and they are standing in a line, and they are going till the place that the murderer is. In other words, the calf helps to find out who was the murderer, and Beit Din is coming and they are judging him. This is a very interesting explanation, that it helps how to find him. The Rabbeinu Bachya brings something close to it, but we will not go into him. But everyone who wants to look in the Rabbeinu Bachya, we will be able to see by him another explanation. One of them is, maybe I will mention one of them, what says Rabbeinu Bachya, that the calf itself used to go to the house of the murderer, and over there they used to kill the calf over there. But if the calf stays in the place and he doesn't go from the place that they brought him there, so they are killing him on the place. But still, we have to explain what is the reason, that what has to do the people and that are in the city with the murderer. Why to blame them? What they have a part in this thing? I saw in the Ibn Ezra, I will read the Ibn Ezra in Hebrew, and then I will translate it in English. Says Ibn Ezra, ייתכן שהשם ציווה לעשות כן העיר הקרובה, why the closest city has to do all this ceremony with the calf, כי לולי שעשו עבירה כדומה לה, if the people in the city wouldn't have done such an עבירה as the murderer did, לא נזדמן להם שיהרג אדם קרוב מהם. It wouldn't have happened that somebody would have killed this man close to this city or from the city. In other words, we'll explain it a little bit more in what we have, what said the Alshech HaKadosh in Parashat Vayikra. The Alshech HaKadosh speaks about the pasuk Nefesh kitecheta bishgaga. A person made a sin in shogeg. We see that the Torah relates to it. And the Torah used the word nefesh. The Torah didn't say Adam. The Torah said nefesh kitecheta bishgaga. Explains the Alshech HaKadosh. A person should have, he did something by mistake. For instance, by mistake, he put on the light on Shabbat. He didn't have any intention. Automatically did it without any intention. So a person might think that he's not sad, doesn't feel any bad feeling, because he said, look, I am not an angel. I'm a regular person, and it happened to people. I'm not the only one that makes things by mistakes. Everyone makes a mistake, so I did also a mistake. So, and people are looking upon this as nothing. Said the Alshech HaKadosh, came the Torah and said no. The Torah used the word nefesh. Means to say, if this happened to you, that you made a sin, the shogeg, so something happened here to you, that your nefesh is not a clean one. You sinned something before you made this avera b'shogeg. And this sin that you did before, even it was a very light thing, brought you to do this thing, this avera b'shogeg. And this is the idea that says also the Alshech, the Ibn Ezra. It wouldn't have happened that somebody from the city killed this person. If this happened, means to say that people in the city or did something wrong, and this brought the whole murderer, the murder that happened here in this in the area close to their city. And this is a good lesson to everyone in this time of Chodesh Elul, the time of the Salichot, that this is a time to do Teshuvah, as the Mishnah says in Masechet Avot, Schar Aveira, mitzvah, the reward that you are getting for doing one mitzvah, that you will be able to do another mitzvah. Borei Olam sends you another mitzvah to do. And schar aveira, aveira. If you did one aveira, you didn't do teshuvah, you know what will be the payment for this? That you will do another aveira. And Baal Tiferet Israel says that the other aveira that he will do, it will be much worse than the first one. So therefore, this is the time of Chodesh Elul to check ourselves and to do teshuvah. The minhag is that after the end of the prayer, we are adding a perek, which is, perek is LeDavid Adonai Ori V'ishi, and we are saying it the whole month of Chodesh Elul. Some are saying it even till till Simchat Torah. Why this perek? What this perek has to do with Chodesh Elul, or with this period of time? Explains the Mefarshim, because the Midrash says, Amonai Ori V'ishi. Ori, Rosh Hashanah. It gives light to the people, light in their ways. V'ishi, this is Yom Kippurim, that Am Yisrael is waiting for Yeshua. And the question is here, okay, very nice. Ori, Rosh Hashanah. Yishi, Yom Kippurim. So this perek should have been said on Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippurim. What this perek has to do with Chodesh Elul? Explains the Mefarshim that in the perek we have a hint to Chodesh Elul. This was said by Rabbi Tzadok HaKohen. And Rabbi Tzadok HaKohen says that in the perek we are saying at the end, Lulei ha'emanti lirot betuv Amonai be'eretz chayim. The word Lulei is written Lamed Vav, Lamed Aleph. If we are reading it backwards, we have Aleph Lamed, Vav Lamed. We have the word Elul. So there is a hint in this perek to why to say this perek on Chodesh Elul. But the question is, if so, why the word Elul is written backwards? Why the hint is backwards? So in the backwards, you have another hint. Chodesh Elul is the end of the year. This is the month that we are checking everything that we did during the year, during the year. And if we are, the purpose is of a person to check everything as we started, to be a judge of ourselves, of what we did the whole year. In other words, what we have to do, we have to look backwards from the beginning of the year, what we did from last Tishri till this Chodesh Elul. Therefore, the hint is written Elul backwards, to hint you to look backwards and to check whatever you did bad and to correct everything that we did during this time of the year, and to ask slichot in this period of time. I want to tell you that the Ashkenazim, they don't say slichot now on Chodesh Elul. They are starting only 4 days before 4 days before Rosh Hashanah. And why they are starting 4 days before Rosh Hashanah explains the Levush. The reason is because there is a minhag, and it was well known in the previous years, that people used to fast 10 fasts before Rosh Hashanah. Or before Yom Kippur, before Yom Kippur, they used to fast 10 fasts. So in order to fulfill the 10 fasts, it's impossible to do it between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippurim. We are missing there 4 days. The 2 days of Rosh Hashanah we cannot fast. The Shabbat Tshuva, in the 10 days we cannot fast, already 3 days. And Erev Yom Kippurim, there is a mitzvah to eat, so we cannot fast. So in order to refill these 4 days, the Ashkenazim are starting to say Selichot 4 days before Rosh Hashanah. And if they don't have full 4 days, let us say that for Rosh Hashanah will fall, let us say on a Tuesday. So in such a time, they will not have 4 days, so they will start a week before. But the Ashkenazim, what they do is, on Rosh Chodesh Elul, they are starting to blow the shofar. While we are starting to say Slichot on Rosh Chodesh Elul, and we don't blow shofar at the end of the prayer as the Ashkenazim. Because what's the purpose of blowing shofar on Chodesh Elul? The purpose is to wake up the people to do teshuvah, to lead them for teshuvah. So since we are saying selichot, so you don't need anything that will wake up for teshuvah. Slichot is the biggest thing that shows the way for teshuvah. So we don't need to blow the shofar. But Ashkenazim, that they don't say salichot, they have to blow shofar. And I want to say Chazak Baruch to Avram Shomer and to Isaac Dweck for everything that they are doing in order to be able to give the shiur for the boys for the Parashat. Chazak Baruch to them. Baruch Hu will bless you, Avram and Isaac Dweck also. Baruch Hu will fulfill all your wishes letovah, and you will have a Shana Tovah, and tizku v'tichyu. Shabbat Shalom.